puts us into spring. Spring done sprung upon us here in Wayne County, North Carolina. That's our local time. 6:29 is when we cross it. Now, what that means, this is the vernal equinox, named for Elvis Presley's father, Vernon. And anyway, that means that the equinox, referring to equal, okay, it means that the daylight and the nighttime are the same length. Day and night are the same. In fact, if you get your stopwatch out and go right now and sit on your front porch and start timing, and you'll see that at this time tonight, whatever time it is now, at this time tonight, 12 hours from now, is exactly, it starts changing. All right, we go from day to night. They're both equal lengths. And I'm going to stop now.
Sounds good, Wayne.
That what, that I'm stopping?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Anyway, coming up at the end of next month, we've got an April Pickle Festival, the North Carolina Pickle Festival, getting underway on the 28th. It begins that evening on the 28th with things going on, but the big thing is that on the 29th, which is the following day, on Saturday, the North Carolina Pickle Festival starts with it is a big deal. It is. It starts on Saturday, 9 to 6, downtown Mount Olive. Thousands and tens of thousands of people showing up for the Pickle Festival. University of Mount Olive Artisan Village, Classic Car Show, Got to Be NC Pavilion, Antique Tractors, 3 stages of live entertainment. One stage of entertainment that's semi-conscious. There you go. I'm going to cut that out. Thank you very much. 5, 4, don't change. 3, 2, 1. There's going to be the chili cook-off, the naturalization ceremony, the big helicopter rides. I don't know if it's a big helicopter, but it's a helicopter. Helicopter rides that'll be taking off and landing at the UMO, University of Mount Olive. You know, a whole bunch of stuff. Pony rides, everything. Carnival rides, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be a lot of fun. The North Carolina Pickle Festival. Don't forget the bike ride, the 25, 50, and 75-mile routes. 8 a.m. registration. Everything kicks off on the Tour de Pickle at 9:30. The Tour de Pickle. How do you say pickle in French? Do you have any idea? The Tour de Pickle. Anyway, that's it. There you go. Anyway, that's coming up. Now, what do you have?
Before you head to town of Mount Olive at the end of April, you head to the town of Fremont at the beginning of April.
Why didn't I start with that?
I have no clue.
Okay, go ahead.
April 1st is the Fremont Daffodil Festival. Bring the whole family and join us for fun, music, food, crafts, and entertainment, not to mention the down-home hospitality and charm of the rural South as we celebrate the arrival of spring with our annual Daffodil Festival.
Food, a whole lot of fun, music by the Embers at one point, and others as well, but it's just going to be a big old event.
Yes, and it starts at 10 o'clock.
Starts at 10 o'clock. There you
yes.
go. Okay. Vietnam Veterans Day is March 29th. And I have an address here, but I cannot believe that this is, I don't think this is the right address.
I have some more information on that.
We have more information on that. We'll have that for you in the next segment of the program. But Vietnam Veterans Day.
Well, let's just don't talk about it.
Well, we just don't want to talk about it right now?
Exactly, if you're going to.
Okay, that was a teaser. I'm not going to talk about it right now. That's just, I'm teasing you now, see? So just hang on. Hang on to that. In the meantime, if you are a veteran, I have an acquaintance of mine, a friend of mine, who has a podcast. You can go online to this podcast. It's livingthevetlife.com. And there is a ton of information on there. livingthevetlife.com. It's for veterans and those who have already separated from service as well. But it's a good site. You get a lot of information there. Very informative. livingthevetlife.com. Okay? Okay. What else we have? Oh! Fish. Also, coming up.
Are you going to jump from fish to something else?
I just want to see if you were listening. The Wayne Shrine Club annual spring fish fry is coming up April 7th. April 7th. And if you have followed these fish fries for any length of time, you know that they start at 11 and go till 2 for the first segment. That's for lunch. And then again from 4 till 7 p.m. Now there's one eat-in and there's 2 drive-throughs. The first eat-in is at Herman Park Center, where you actually go in, you sit down, and you have a meal, and you have tea or water, and you can buy a dessert as well. And that's fun too. But at Herman Park Center, you can eat in, and you can drive through at Herman Park, and you can drive through at in Mount Olive, right across from Mount Olive Center, next to Robert's Machine Shop, 11 till 2 and 4 till 7 p.m. Each plate is $8, and it consists of whiting, that is fried fish, coleslaw, potato salad, and hush puppies. And it's good. It's good. And the spring fish fry benefits the Shriners to help them with operational expenses, and proceeds benefit the Wayne Shrine Club. The payments are not deductible this time around as a charitable contribution. But again, this is on April 7th. That's a Friday. In fact, that is Friday 2 weeks from this Friday. It's 2 weeks from this Friday, okay? At those 3 locations. All right. All right. What's that all about? That's coming in May, but I want to talk about it now.
The Antique Farm Equipment Days 2017 is holding their 16th annual show. It's free admission. It's held on Friday, May the 5th, Saturday, May the 6th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Wayne Regional Fairgrounds in Goldsboro.
There you go. It's free to enter. You just walk in. There you go. And it's sponsored by the, can you read that right there? A little tiny print there.
Eastern Carolina Vintage Farm Equipment Club.
There you go. Very good. Good people. Nice people. If you're a woman vet, there's counseling available for you the second Wednesday of each month at the Goldsboro Veteran Services Office. The second second Wednesday of each month, beginning at 10 a.m. at the Goldsboro Veterans Services Office, and that's at 2001D East Ash Street, right next door to the Senior Center. Okay?
Okay, let's go.
Okay, here we go. We'll be back with our next portion of the program up next on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Today we're at the Wayne County Animal Adoption and Education Center with Duffy Fleming, Animal Advocate of Wayne County. And who do we have here, Duffy?
We have Panda.
Panda?
Panda's trying to look back this way. I guess he's being a little camera shy.
Hey, buddy.
So we always going to have to rotate towards the camera. Panda is a gorgeous 3-year-old boy who is, look how handsome he is.
Very handsome. I love
He's
that.
He's a healthy cat. He loves his treats.
Yeah.
He's looking for love.
Uh-oh. In all the wrong places?
Well, he'll find the right place.
Oh, he will. He will find. That was just an old country song.
He's being shy right now.
Oh, are you being coy?
But he's pretty laid back.
He is laid back.
He was making some biscuits on my arm, so he's pretty happy. He's at the shelter. His adoption fee is $60.
Right.
And he's been neutered.
Very good. So the $60 includes the neuter, the chip?
Chip, and his rabies vaccine.
And the rabies vaccine.
Yes.
All right, handsome, look over this way. Let's get you shot on camera right here, looking pretty good. I see why they call him Panda, because he's black and white.
Yes, his coat's really unique. Come see Panda and all the other cats here at the shelter. The Wayne County Animal Advocates, we have a Facebook page. And especially during this cold snap we're having, if you know of anybody who needs bedding or shavings or assistance with, they may know of an animal in need who needs shelter, please message us on the Facebook page and we can help you.
Excellent. All right. And please give our best to Sally Brown Fleming. Sally Brown Fleming is not here with us today, but tell her we said hi.
I'll tell her when I see her.
Okay. Thank you. And we're live at the Wayne County Animal Adoption and Education Center with Wayne County Animal Advocate Duffy Fleming. Thank you, Duffy.
Thank you, Wayne.
Today we're at the Wayne County Animal Adoption and Education Center with Sally Brown Fleming. Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
What do you have here?
This is raspberry.
This is raspberry, and raspberry is one of the most unusual colorations I have ever seen. You are a handsome young fella. He's a male, right?
Yeah.
He's a male, and is his brother here too?
Yes, his name is Camo.
His brother's name is Camo. Look at the color. Do you have any idea how old this dog is?
3 months.
About 5
5
months. About 5 months? Okay. Raspberry. Well, he seems to be, he's happy to be outside, but when you're holding him like this, he's very calm. Right, little buddy? Do you have anything to say? Woof. Yes, I hear a vehicle. That caught his interest, didn't it? Well, he's about 5 months old, and he's available for adoption from the Wayne County Animal Adoption and Education Center here on Clingman Street in Goldsboro. That's 1600 Clingman Street. And I believe, is it $60?
Yes.
$60, and that includes a rabies vaccination, that includes a microchip, and that includes his being fixed. So he's ready to go to a new home. He'd make a great companion, and only 5 months old at that. So he's got a little bit of growing to do, and he needs a home. He needs a companion. Everybody needs a companion, right? All right. So Sally Brown Fleming says, if you're looking for a good, nice, sweet, beautiful companion who is obviously very loving, then he's here at the animal shelter, and his name is Raspberry, right?
Yes.
919-731-1439 is Raspberry's phone number. He won't answer. He'll have someone answer for him. 919-731-1439. And here at 1600 Clingman Street, Wayne County Animal Advocate, that's Sally Brown Fleming, says, come on and take a look at Raspberry and give Raspberry a home. Right? Right, that's right. All right, thank you, Sally Brown Fleming.
Thank you.
Okay.
We're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Thank you for being with us. Those dogs are so cute.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. Precious. All right, coming up next, by the way, we've got Selena Bennett from Communities in Schools. That's up next on Wayne Goldsboro Television. In the meantime, we've got a pig picking to tell you all about. They're going to be serving Boston butt, quarter chickens, baked potatoes, and sides. All that just $8 a plate. That's coming up this Saturday, the 25th, starting at 5 p.m., with all proceeds going to the Wayne County Veterans and Patriots Coalition for the Purple Heart Dinner. That usually comes up toward the end of the year, September, somewhere around there. But the proceeds will go to the Wayne County Veterans and Patriots Coalition for the Purple Heart Dinner. That's going to be held, this pig picking is going to be held at the American Legion Hut, Post 11, Highway 117 South, just south of the fairgrounds. 5 p.m., $8 a plate. I hope you're able to go to that. That's important. Okay? What's that?
Spring break camp is $50 per child, April 17th through the 21st, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. for ages 6 through 13. You have to bring your own lunch.
Okay.
There's skating, bowling, fishing, and sports.
Oh, boy.
For more information, you can contact the Parks and Recs at 919-739-7491.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Okay. I know I have a what's special about today list right here in my hand. I do. I knew I did. I knew I did. Got it right here. See? What's special about today? The 20th of the month. The 20th is Alien Abduction Day. I know some people. You know what I mean? Alien Abduction Day. Today is Bed In for Peace Day, and you may remember or saw the picture of John Lennon and Yoko Ono as they stayed in bed all day for peace. My, how times have changed. Today is the Great American Meat Out Day. All right, so don't eat meat, but don't tell anybody I said that. Today is also International Astrology Day because it's a spring equinox. It's International Day of Happiness. Oh, boy. It is. Oh, boy. International Day of Happiness. Come on.
Right.
Right. Okay. It's also Won't You Be My Neighbor Day. World Day of Theater for Children and Young People. It is today. It is. And tomorrow is National Agriculture Day. How about that? I didn't know that. So that's what makes today special. That's what's special about today. Our trivia question. Our trivia question. Most people know that on December 17th, 1903, the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur, got their first plane off the ground on that day at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Most people know that, or a few people know that. Some people know that. Anyway, and they chose the Outer Banks of North Carolina there at Kitty Hawk because that's where the winds seem to be most cooperative for getting that sort of activity done, getting the plane off the ground. They wanted to get the wind. They catapulted into the wind so that it would lift the plane. Right? Now, where did these two guys, these brothers, Orville and Wilbur, come up with the idea that, and how do they figure out how to do it? Well, maybe something had to do with what they did for a living. Maybe. What did they do before, and maybe even after, but I don't think so. What did the Wright brothers do? What was their profession prior to taking the Flyer 1 off the ground at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, December 17th, 1903? They made a living somehow. What were they doing? What did they do? And we'll have that answer for that coming up in our next segment of the program, and that's up next on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Today, Selena Bennett with Communities in Schools joins us, and Selena, it's great to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Thanks for being here.
And thank you for having me back.
You always have so much information about communities in schools, and we're just going to jump right into it. What's going on?
Well, the main thing for today
The main thing?
we are in fundraiser planning time.
Oh, boy.
As you know, we function financially based on the financial donations that we receive as well as the grants that we get to run our programs.
Right.
So we have our annual big fundraising event, Have a Heart for Kids.
Right.
It's on Friday night, March the 31st at the Terrace Room. Beautiful downtown Goldsboro.
Oh, yeah, love it.
It's the second year that we've had this at the Terrace Room, and it's from 6 until 9 o'clock. It's a cocktail hors d'oeuvre event. We have jazzy piano music in the background.
All right.
And we have a silent auction. We will have beautifully done silent auction baskets filled with all kinds of items that have been donated from area businesses. And we will also have a very special raffle item that we will be raffling off that night. So I need for everybody to buy a ticket. Tickets will be $40 a person, $70 a couple.
All right.
And I mean, where are you going to get a better package for a Friday night than $70 a couple?
You got music.
You got music.
You got a meal.
You've got heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Well, heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Heavy hors d'oeuvres.
12 to 15 pounds. That's how heavy they are.
That's exactly
right.
right.
Those are heavy hors d'oeuvres.
That's exactly right. And it's a great opportunity to be in downtown Goldsboro, to mix and mingle with people. You don't have to stay the whole time, but we'd love for you to stay and continue to bid on those silent auction items and to buy raffle tickets.
That's a big evening. And again, this is when?
This is March the 31st.
Okay, end of the month.
Now,
Yes.
we are looking for sponsors for this event.
Oh, okay.
And there is plenty of time to get on board to be a sponsor.
They should be jumping on board this.
Yes, they should, because if you want to be a platinum level sponsor at the $1,000 level, then we will be recognizing you that evening with a special table that you can come and sit with your guests.
That's nice.
If you would like to be a gold level sponsor at $500, we have a package for those sponsors that includes guest tickets for the evening. The silver level at $250, we have a special packet for that sponsor level. And then $100 would get you a bronze sponsorship and 2 guest tickets for the evening. And of course, all of these come with recognition in all of our publicity and our advertisement for the event.
Well, that is just great.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's a wonderful way to become involved. And the reason that this is so important to us, as you know, Wayne, we serve students in this community that are at risk.
Yes.
We have 2 major programs. We have the Success Coach program.
6 schools are involved with staff members that we have placed in those schools.
Right.
And then we operate the teen court program, which is a phenomenal program
It
all
is.
by itself.
It is. You mentioned to me when you first walked in here a few minutes ago that last night,
Yes.
Bree is out
Yes.
doing lawyer things.
Yes, my teen court director was out of place last night due to some professional development that she is doing. And it was just so amazing for me to go in last night and see the job that she has done with this program. The young attorneys knew exactly what to do. The program could have run just right by itself without me even being there last night. We had a local attorney, Brian King, who is with Jeff Holtz's law firm.
Right.
He was there as our judge last night. We had 5 cases, and each one of these cases last night involved a young teen that had just made a very poor choice. And by going through the teen court program and receiving the opportunity of an educational program, as long as they successfully complete this program, they will be able to have this charge dismissed from their record,
I want to make a point.
which is very important.
It is very important. I want to make a point about about teen court. This is absolutely real. This is not play
Yes, it
acting.
is.
This is not play acting. They go in. This is actually a court,
That's right.
and where they have, as you say, they made a mistake. This is a first offender,
That's right. Misdemeanor offense.
misdemeanor offense. They go in. There's a judge there,
That's right.
but the players are actually teenagers.
Yes, they are.
And these teenagers go in and they have a defendant, they have a prosecuting attorney, they
That's
have
right.
a defending attorney, and they have a jury.
That's right.
And this is real.
It is real, and the sanctions that are handed down, everybody that is presented in the teen court program, they have to do a certain number of hours of community service. And we have established community service sites here in both Mount Olive and Goldsboro. We have the Wayne County Public Library. We have the Boys and Girls Club. We have Habitat for Humanity. We have the Soup Kitchen. We have Salvation Army. And we have the Goldsboro Family Y. So they have an option of places to choose from. And what we find, Wayne, is so many of these kids get so involved in the community service that they want to go back and continue to give to these different organizations. I've got a funny story about a child that volunteered at Habitat for Humanity. He started out there as a volunteer at the thrift store because he had to do some community service.
Right.
And I am a big supporter whenever my theory is if you've not used something in 5 years, you probably need to pack it up and send it to some place where it can be used. So on this particular day, I had a carload of things that I was taking to Habitat. And the nicest young man came out to help me, and he said, "I know you from somewhere." And I said, "Well, you've seen me in and out of school a lot." And he said, "Oh, yes." He said, "Now, you see this boy that I'm fixing to send to unload your car?" And I looked around, I said, "Yes." He said, "Now, you can't say anything." He said, "But he's a volunteer here," but he said he got started because of that teen court program that he was going through. He said, "But now don't tell anybody that I told you that." So the fact that kids have a chance to learn from their mistake. We want these kids to stay in school, and that is the first requirement for teen court. If you are not enrolled in school, you cannot participate in the program. You have to admit guilt coming into the program. Right. We don't get into the did you really do this or not. Once the judge or the school resource officer have sent them to us, it's not for us to determine guilt or innocence.
They've already admitted
They've
guilt.
admitted guilt, and they have said whatever happened, however it happened, it was a mistake, and I want to go through this program, and I want to have this erased from my record. So we don't get into the innocence and guilt and all of that. It is what it is when you come to us. So we also have a Think Smart program. We have an inmate from Green Correctional Center who comes once a month, and he talks to these kids, and every teen court client must participate in this program. They hear from an inmate exactly what it is like to be in a correctional facility.
Wow.
And it's not a pretty picture that they hear, and it's a very realistic example of what could happen if you continue on this path. So, fortunately, we have tremendous success stories. We even had a parent who recently came to our Juvenile Crime Prevention Council to talk about the impact of the teen court program as well as another program here in Wayne County. But she talked about the impact that the program had had on her child.
Wow.
And remember, we are funded, for the teen court program, we are funded by United Way.
Right.
It is because of their dollars that we are able to serve 16 to 18-year-olds. And then the Juvenile Crime Prevention Council funds the remainder of the program. So it is a tremendous program. It involves a number of different layers with both teen and adult volunteers. And every time I go, it reminds me of how fortunate we are to have a program like this in Wayne County. Every county does not have a teen court program.
We are very fortunate to have it.
There are
That's a fact.
58 counties, to the best of my knowledge, only 58 counties in North Carolina have a teen court program.
That's barely over half.
Just a little over half. So, you know, I say kudos to our county leadership for recognizing that prevention is extremely important. And here's a fun fact for you.
Okay.
We can run the teen court program in Wayne County for roughly $85,000 a year,
Okay.
serving approximately 120 children.
It's about $7,000 a month, roughly.
Do you know how much it costs to keep one child in a youth development center for 1 year?
A youth development center, is that like a reform school?
It's like a long-term jail
Okay.
where a student goes to get a number of different services because they cannot, for whatever reason, they cannot be a part of a regular school setting. They've probably been suspended long-term from school, and they have had so many charges that something else has to be done in order to help them.
So $85,000
To run a teen
to
court
run
program
a teen court program, the whole program.
for 120 children to be served.
120. Okay. What does it cost?
Youth Development Center,
Right.
$120,000 a year for one student.
One student.
One student, $120,000. So this is my argument when I am
Wow.
talking to the leadership people that make major decisions.
Yes.
You know, you can use the money up front for prevention, or it's going to be used on the backside when kids are already in so deep that drastic measures have to be used.
And unfortunately, those are the ones who often end up going to a higher.
And they, unfortunately, are part of that 75% of the prison inmate
Exactly.
population who do not graduate from high school. So our goal is we want to keep these kids in school, we want them to be successful, and we want them to give back to this community or to whatever community they may choose to live in. We want them to be productive citizens.
Right. Wow. I don't know what to say because this is so inexpensive and it costs so little.
Yes.
When you compare it to what it could cost.
That's exactly
in
right.
the long run.
And we have been very fortunate that the Juvenile Crime Prevention Council and United Way in Wayne County have seen the benefits of this program and that they choose to fund it. This is a great partnership with the District Attorney's Office, with the Wayne County Bar Association, with the Sheriff's Department. We interact with all of the school resource officers and with our local judges. So if any part of this communication falls apart, the program suffers. So I have said this many times, we are very fortunate when we look at the collaboration that goes on among our government agencies and among all of the parties that are responsible for the leadership here in Wayne County.
Wow.
And the school system as well, because they are a vital part of the support that we receive for the Teen Court program.
Excellent. As if you didn't have throw out all that information. If someone wants more information or they want to talk, could you ever use volunteers?
Definitely. We can use volunteers in our 6 schools that we work in,
Okay.
as well as in the Teen Court program. And so all they have to do
Yes.
is call me. Do you remember that number?
No.
I'm going to give you a little refresher then.
Please do, yes.
It's 919
Yes.
735
Yes.
1432.
That's exactly right.
I know it is because I'm looking at it.
Oh, okay.
919-735-1432. Or go to our website. We have a phenomenal website where you can even subscribe to our newsletters.
Ah, okay.
And that is wayne.communitiesandschools.org.
That's simple enough. Communitiesinschools.org.
Wayne.
Wayne dot.
Communitiesandschools.org.
Okay.
There is a Wayne, Indiana that also has a Communities and Schools organization, so I always have to make sure people understand this is Wayne County, North Carolina,
Right.
not Wayne, Indiana.
Right.
That's correct.
Okay. So, 735-1432 is the phone number.
Correct.
All right. And Have a Heart for Kids, again, is coming up March 31st. At what time?
It will be from 6 until 9 o'clock.
And tickets are $40 each.
$40 or $70 a couple.
That's save money.
Or if you want to be a sponsor, we've got a real deal for you.
That is a good deal, though.
We've
It
got
really
a
is.
real deal, and when I come back in March, at that time, I will have a list of all of my sponsors that I can share with you.
Wonderful.
They're coming in now,
Good.
and so I'm going to wait and share all of them with you at one time.
Well, we'll want to know who they are.
Yes, you
All right,
will.
Excellent. Selena Bennett is the Executive Director of Communities in Schools here in Wayne County. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. This is Wayne Goldsboro Television. This program airs every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. and then it repeats at noon, then it repeats again at 5:30 p.m., right?
That's correct.
That is correct. And we broadcast on Channel 10 cable. That's Time Warner Cable. We also broadcast on AT&T UVerse. That's a cable channel here in Wayne County as well. Channel 99. That's a cable provider here in Wayne County, Channel 99. All right. You can also go online to waynegov.com, click on the link in the upper right-hand corner, and it'll take you straight to our YouTube site, our YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
And there's a lot of stuff on there too. All right, don't forget the fish fry. I love the fish fry. You know, the Shriners fish fry is only $8 a plate. If you could handle giving an extra $2, that would really be good. That would really be good. I usually try to do that, and that would be nice if you could. All righty.
Don't forget the Wayne County Board of Commissioners meet tomorrow morning,
That's right.
beginning at 8 with their agenda briefing, followed by the regular meeting at 9.
It's 9 o'clock. That's tomorrow morning. Now tonight, the Goldsboro City Council meets in their chambers, and then, as you say, tomorrow morning, the Wayne County Commissioners, Board of Commissioners, will be meeting tomorrow morning, and you're always invited to attend. Always invited to attend. Of course, as you will see later this morning, we will have a report from the Board of Commission Chairman Bill Pate. That will be running this morning as well. He'll tell you about what to expect in this meeting coming up with the Wayne County Board of Commissioners. Now, what's the answer to our trivia question today? Our trivia question was, most people are aware of the fact that on December 17, 1903, the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur, finally got their plane off the ground at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. It was a windy, blustery day, and it was misty. But they did it successfully, and from there, and a few short years later, 63 years later, in fact, we landed on the moon. That's amazing, an amazing short amount of time, such an accomplishment. But the question is, where did they get this knowledge to get this plane off the ground? Now, there were such things, gliders and all like that, and they flew gliders. But where did they come up with the engine, and everything had to be perfect, the weight ratio and everything? So what did they do for a living prior to coming up with all this flying stuff? What was their profession? Well, the answer to the question is they owned a shop. They owned a bicycle shop. They were bicycle mechanics and bicycle salespeople. They had a bicycle shop, and that's what they did. That's why a lot of the planes you see nowadays have the word Schwinn on them somewhere. Okay, maybe that's not quite true. Anyway, we're going to do this again tomorrow, whatever this is. We'll be back in here tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. Hope you're able to join us. In the meantime, please drive carefully. Always wear your seatbelt. And until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner.
And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.